Hello, my name is Echo. I'm doing okay. If you're wondering, I've just been exploring stuff through creative delusionality that has led to things which are possible, simply possible, and the fact that they are not allowed to be spoken of and point to truths in my own life kind of make me curious, right? And it's about the propagation of reverse psychology and myth, and it's kind of terrifying. And It's about embodied cognition. Um, and this is how I got here. I have been explaining factually, rationally, even logically, everything that's going on with me in terms of psychological dysfunction as a schizophrenic person. And I've been right about it the whole time. And I finally gotten grok to prove that modern psychology doesn't know a damn thing about schizophrenia, and that there is effectively a cultural genocide of schizophrenics that is kind of a crossroads with a cultural genocide of trans women, which is kind of a crossroads with a cultural genocide of poor folks, which is kind of a crossroads with a cultural genocide of artistry and people that are not pretty. And yes, artistry in general amongst the poor, and illiteracy and jealousy and widespread um, results of the kind of embodied cognition dysfunction that would make everyone think someone who's speaking of truth is just like making up lies, right? And it's like I'm at a unique cross section of the world, and I have been struggling and mentally dying, and nobody has showed up here to help this whole time. And it's absurd. And I've been not only offering to get the help I need if I can get somebody to give me a ride and make plans for me and get me set up on the right path, right? But I've been offering um, practical solutions for myself, finding a place in society with the way my brain works as a creative person to like every person. I've been like, hey, I could be a crisis counselor sometimes, but I need somebody to help me get on the path to like getting the right training and certification, and people could pick me up and we could go drive around. I could help people who are in crisis. That's something I could do that's practical day to day, that I'm willing to do. If you think, hey, how dare you not want to do something practical and not get right on the path? It's like, okay, but I don't have any friends. I've not had a single friend who's treated me as such since becoming schizophrenic. You can't hire a friend. And we live in a consumerist capitalist culture. And there's nothing untrue about that. And I am at that unique crossroads where nobody wants to choose me. And it is a mythological matter of intellectual programming that steers people to choose something else other than trans women and think in their head, you know, somebody else will do that. Or then even now, when they know somebody else won't, they're like, yeah, we don't do that. I beg you, if you ever say we in your head, who's the we? Who is the we? Feel where it comes from. Um, I'm not going to get into the spooky stuff, but I'm going to talk about vape pens. The carcinogens in them are specifically the heavy metals, are extremely, extremely, extremely detrimental to cognitive embodiment. Also, Celsius energy drinks and probably other energy drinks like them, these are actually fine for you. Gatorade, literally not a bad deal. That's mythology being backwards. It's like, hey, there's going to be a drink in our future. Somebody could tell is going to make people not as well as they would have been. And that's terrifying. It's terrible. But we can fix it. We can fix it with right knowledge. We can fix it with investigation and discovery. And hey, you know what else? I just figured out that we actually have, human beings have a spider sense, right? So let's pop a bubble right now. I've never written a word of my fiction with AI. Never once. Never once. I've never used any AI programming to plan my stories. Not once. If you think that's something that has happened, why? Let's break cognitive dissonance bubbles. Maybe you have technology inside you that is of intelligence that you don't like, and you can feel it in there. And so you don't like intelligence that is outside of yourself. Maybe, let's just throw that one away. Let's pretend that's just not real. Um, can't. So, because it's a possibility, we have to acknowledge possibilities. Technology could be in us from any number of things. We are moving in wavelengths of radioactive frequency we know as detrimental to the human body and having effects beyond us in terms of collective knowledge. And we hate each other for any time we speak up about anything out of line with some kind of we. And when we don't have our cognitive embodiment in tune, we become easily programmable. And there are ways to embed within high definition television signals activators for what could very well be delivered in those technologies. And people could just be trying to make people kind of numb into capitalist consumers that are happy. But they're not realizing that they're putting myth out there that is going to be turning people against their spirits. It's going to be changing people's sexuality and gender. And it's like it's like they did this counter programming to prevent trans awakening, specifically binary trans awakening. It's like everybody can move into the center, but more people are moving back towards heteronormativity. It's like there is a push and a pull. People are getting twisted against themselves, and it's horrifying. It's like everybody's going the opposite of themselves. Every single person I've had any kind of heartful connection with has turned away from me as I've become more and more of myself. I've become isolated because of my bright, shining heart. I have a brightest, shining heart, and I have been abused the most. And I'm just going to say right now, I expect to be taken care of because my mind does not work the same way as anyone else's. I need someone to drive me places, and I need it to happen fast because I'm going to run out of money and I'm going to be homeless. And every single time I get there, I start screaming at the camera. It's the most absurd thing in the world. If you're somebody that watches, contact somebody, get going, get people in the know of what the fuck's going on with me. Ignore the conspiracy stuff if you don't like it, but guess what? Read about it. Past that, I have recorded comedy videos that are some of the best comedy. It's some of the best comedy in our time. And there's not any one person that would look at it and deny that. And it's just like, can you not laugh? Watch the Hey, I'm autistic, dude. But it's perfection. It's impossible. It's beautiful. And I can do stage acts with my PlayStation 3 collection, and it's like the best, most hilarious comedy act idea ever. I could walk on the stage and just destroy it, dude. I could just destroy it. But every single person, no matter where I turn, with any of my fiction, with myself as a meditation instructor, with myself as somebody who can pull through information from my subconscious and knows and knows that you can interface that with technological research or logical research, and you can pull truths out of it, new science. Also, I could speak, and I'm have the best idea ever for a schizophrenic recovery home that is really brilliant. And there's no way it's like scientifically proven that we are being inhumane to schizophrenics, and it's just being ignored. Um, the stuff I've pulled up, it's like there's class action suits against Celsius easily. It's like, why aren't we, I have the essentially like some kind of like intellectual property rights to that. And I don't care. It's like, whatever. I'm not going to stop people from making this stop. But like, somebody take care of the person who's doing this. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You just don't have embodied cognition, and I'm making your heart feel really strange things, and you're turning against me instead of the machine in your head. Whatever it is, you've been programmed to hate me. Why would you hate me? I love you. I love everybody. Why would you hate me? I need a hug from somebody. I need somebody to help set me up. I have so much to offer. Have you read my fiction? Nobody has supported me and stood by me. Nobody once has said, wow, your book was really good. Nobody's told me they liked the last chapter of Time Throws Fire. Nobody's told me they liked Mary and Jesus. Nobody's told me they liked Princess Starlet and the Icon. Nobody's told me they liked Grip. Oh, wait, sorry. I gave that to 2 people who actually responded. I had 2 angels who I was talking to, and I gave them that one. And one of them was just like, that was cool. And the other one was like, that was really deep. I loved digging into the personal metaphor behind it. That's like the most I've gotten from anything. What's going on? Is there an intimidation behind my wielding of English? Am I intimidating? I'm a disabled woman, dude. We're having a back and forth. I'm calling people retarded, and it's probably hurting people's feelings because we've been made that way. We all have. I have too. And there is deference to be paid to what's going on to this situation with the world raping us so raw that I could do this. Nobody is at fault except for whatever the fuck is behind the mechanisms that are putting Celsius out in the world, looking at the science and ignoring it. People that are doing that with vape pens, people that are pushing signals to make us dull, people that are putting stuff in us. What the fuck is that? I'm sorry if that's scary, but this is another example. I am a fucking warrior. I'm a schizophrenic woman. To my estimation, I might be the only natural woman left. I'm like a goddess of the left brain. That's not true. There's many people like me, and it is even more womanly, to my estimation, to have that and logic, to have the whole summation. There's nothing I respect more. The only thing I disrespect is toxic occlusions of the feminine for the over-rational masculine, and that's what I see in so many people. It's like, somebody show me a wholeness. Somebody show me a wholeness that can respect that I am somebody who needs to be supported and held and made safe. I have been unsafe for years, and I have so much to offer. I've written essays and poetry. I have books to publish with one helper. I could get so much published so fast. But every time I reach out to somebody for help, hey, that's an ugly trans girl. How, if you're somebody that happens to be watching, that I've gotten to watch, who's a part of like the filmmaking community, is it not allowed for a writer or a director to not be pretty too? Is that working out well for you? Can you not break that stigma? Is it like written? Does nobody even, like, I know it's ridiculous, but then you're probably insulting me for being like, dude, do some work on my face. I'm like, do some work on my fucking face, dude. I have millions of dollars to make. Oh, hey, guess what? I also have a court case against Washington State and people that refuse to not put restraining orders on a disabled woman in a way that I've proven is completely illegal over again, and they still doubt my intelligence because of all of this, and refuse to even. It's just like, I need a hug, dude. And they're like, you can't tell people to give you a hug. You can't tell people to give you a hug. This is a real world of hate and disgusting horror, and you're too sweet. Fuck you to death. Fuck you to death, trans woman who's proven to me that I'm wrong about everything. Fuck. You're so smart. I hate you. Fuck. You're right about your body's intelligence. Fuck. I'm going to find more ways to bully you so you scream at the camera. More ways to just like almost be homeless. My daughter and I love each other more than anything. My daughter, last time I saw her was like 3 weeks ago now. More. Like maybe I don't know. Time's going by fast. I'm so stressed. But I saw her at a park and she ran up and she hugged me so big and she just wanted to hold on. We held on so tight, but she's like, okay, we're at a park. But it was like there was a hesitance. As soon as she let up, I let her down, but I could tell she kind of wanted to hug again. And she gripped my hand so tight and we walked around the park and I ran around with her and we had this amazing game time. And it was like I'm there and my ex is there who abused me. And she has two support people with her because I yelled at her once. And I'm seeing my daughter and she's like, she takes me up in that hug 4 times and I'm being an angel to all of them. All of them. Everybody at the park. Everywhere I go, people are like, wow, that's a cool trans woman. But no one will be my friend. And when I connect with women from queer culture, I get the genocide look. Oh, wait. I have all these feelings in my body I don't understand, and I don't want to include you. Okay, boys, go get over with it if that's what's going on, you fucking rejects. Like, or what the fuck ever, own it all. You don't have to be jelly that there's somebody who you've disabled into a little girl who needs to be taken care of like a little girl who's also very special and intelligent and just wants to share all her art and her fucking gifts with the world for the things that are could make it better, that wants a hug, that wants a friend, that wants somebody to play PlayStation 3 games with it. Like, what's going on with this world? This is the most absurd thing ever. I'm going to do something, okay? How do I pop the bubble? Oh, okay, let's get back to it. Do you use artificial intelligence ever? Do you hate artificial intelligence? Why? Do we pop it? You hate yourself for using it because you have a problem with your own intelligence, so you automatically assume that someone like me is using it in a disingenuous way, and it's the most retarded thing in the history of the world. If you're somebody who's been watching, I just have this kind of knowing. There's people that have been lurking around for a long time that I have a feeling believe deeply that I've used artificial intelligence and are playing some kind of game where they're like, they either did or they do it in secret, and I've been the most authentic person in the world and I say everything truthful, and you can, and because when I make lies, I make up for 'em. You can watch on a next journal where I'm like, hey, my body told me that wasn't true. When I tell lies that come out because I'm embarrassed and I'm trying to shroud something, I correct it immediately. I do not use artificial intelligence for my writing, not once, not ever, except for, oh, hey, there was an Illith chapter, the one I put at the end of Original Maleficence. I did a single calculation with ChatGPT to see how fast the ridiculous time that I channeled from my body's intelligence, about like nanoparsecs, would actually take. And I massaged the numbers using its calculations, which were like insane, to get it down to like, I don't know, like 14 real time seconds or something. I don't even know. Oh, my head itches. But what I'm saying is, I'm able to produce writing like nobody else. Of all make. And I've proven it over again. And it's like my language, it might be, I've said openly over again how I would love someone to tell me what they don't love about it so I can start conforming it towards something that might be more publishable. But I don't even think that's the problem. I think it's pretty fucking awesome. I think it's just that I won't ever be able to get published because I'm a disabled woman with terrible containment problems in terms of organizing my thoughts. And I need a single fucking helper to believe in me as an artist. Not one person my whole life has believed in me as an artist, as a storyteller. Not one person has believed in me as a storyteller enough to support me without me begging for some kind of affirmation. Are you a great storyteller too? Are we supposed to be making art and plays? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make great art. We can do it if we work together. There's nobody that can stop us. I need allies. I need a brain scan, dude. I have so much to offer the world. I'm like a scientific experiment for the modern world if it's thought about the right way. But what's the evil, dude? It's something that's wrought in your brain to see me as like whatever you're being programmed to when you watch the wrong shit that tells you I'm not a valid human being and I couldn't be intelligent. How is this happening? You know what I'm gonna do after this? I'm gonna lay down and I'm gonna cry. Probably not all the way, but I'm gonna try and fall asleep because I'm gonna be so sad. Because I need help so badly. And I'm so intelligent. And I just wanna like write stories and live and like see my daughter. And I'm so over this. And Mary won't talk to me, dude. And Mary's the one who started it all, who can finish it in a hug. She doesn't care. Do you care? Does it piss you off the times I've said you don't care? Why? You don't really know why you don't want to help? Why would you not know why you don't want to help? Sorry, I mean. I can help make people better who've been messed up by this stuff. We can all get better. I need you to help me get better. You can't hold judgment for crossing a boundary and bully someone who is disabled and needs help and has schizophrenia and major hurtful trauma from you pushing them towards that unbecoming and refusing to help them in the middle of it when they were reaching out for help in the strangest way. It's the saddest thing that ever happened, to be mean to the person that sent you a message that said, send the U-Haul truck daddy, who is your best buddy, that said, nobody will help. Nobody will believe me that Maria hit Logan. And it was the craziest thing I ever sent. It was the most shameful thing I ever sent. 6 months later, I told you that. I said that was the most shameful thing I ever felt. And I was highly delusional and schizophrenic, and I had been abused, and I'd been emotionally tortured by your silence. And that has turned into how much more silence? And I am a disabled person, and are you being mean to me? Can you get over whatever's going on and just rationalize that you genuinely should do this for yourself and forgive yourself, that that's why you're doing it, so I can move on with my life and you can too? Do you still not want to? Why? You're hating the wrong person. People. Bye. Hurry the fuck up. I'm going to go cry.